And I know that's so troublesome to see, and hopefully that they can make a quick rescue out there, because we obviously do not want them in harm's way. The one good thing about that is because that area around them is so clear from brush and from anything dry out there, that is going to work to keep them safe, at least at this point, till a full rescue can be made. So I want to ease any fears about those two horses, although they seem a little frantic, a little worried about what's going on right next to them. That is the good news that's all around them. You're getting another shot from the Cliff Castle chopper, a live picture a little bit more north, and you can see how close this is getting to other structures that are up there. We talked about a lot of structures under construction, but this is also a place. Let's see if we can look, and it looks like almost one more little structure there is on fire. Is that the same one that we saw just from a different angle?
I think it's the same one, but man, that is
going to be a total
some
loss.
Strong flames. Yes, that structure will be. And I'm told we do have Tiffany Davia on the line now with the Department of Forestry and Fire Management. First off, thank you for joining us, Tiffany. We know you're dealing with a very chaotic and active scene right now. So first off, kind of set the scene for us on just the response right now and how large this fire's grown to.
So right now the fire is estimated at about 700 acres per our air attack. It is moving to the north towards Rio Verde, but Rio Verde is still miles away from this fire at this point. We're actually located northwest of the McDowells, and the response out here has been tremendous. We have our department, the Department of Forestry and Fire Management, Scottsdale Fire, Scottsdale PD, local cooperators. We have our Task Force 8. I would say we have about 30 engines. We have multiple aircraft working this fire, and we've got some hand crews that we've ordered and should be arriving here shortly.
So what's the plan right now, Tiffany, as far as, I mean, I don't know if you're able to see the helicopter, the Cliff Castle chopper aerials that we've had, but how do you try and protect these homes, the animals there? We've seen the slurry drops, but what else is happening on the ground?
So on the ground, that's exactly what these crews are doing, is they're working structure protection. We do know that there's structures in immediate threat of this fire, so the crews are doing everything they can to cut line around these homes that are in the vicinity of the fire. They're doing that right now. We're also utilizing large aircraft to help slow the fire's forward movement, to help get these crews in there faster and protect these homes.
Tiffany, one of the concerns is that the people who are living there, do we have a read on whether all 19 people who live in that neighborhood are out safely?
I don't. That's something we'd have to talk to Scottsdale Police about. They are the ones that do the evacuations. Law enforcement does all the evacuations. They do the set and the go notifications. But the 19 people that were evacuated, that could be more, just due to the fire's vicinity within some of these neighborhoods. And then, of course, the McDowell Mountain Regional Park was also evacuated as well.
Yeah. Tiffany, you've come to the station many times before wildfire season and talked with us about making sure homes are safe. Can you go over some of the things? People are seeing this now, and it's showing up on their doorstep, and they have real life worries again about how to clear that defensible space around their homes.
Absolutely. And, we have a lot of good communities in Scottsdale that are on the FireWise program that create the defensible space around their homes. And again, it's something that we stress, and we can't stress enough to people. Create the defensible space around your home before it's too late.
Okay, Tiffany, one of the questions, I know you said police are dealing with the evacuations. Do you know where those 19 people and potentially others are being evacuated to right now?
I don't. Unfortunately, I have to tie in with Scottsdale, and I just got here a few minutes ago, and we're just trying to get debriefed on the situation at hand. But Scottsdale would have that information, and hopefully I'll have something soon.
Okay, my last question, or Jorge, jump in.
Yeah, hey Tiffany, it's Jorge. Just wanted to ask you really quick. So we're seeing some of the 10 air tankers flying in and making those drops. So Zach asked me this earlier, but since I have you on the phone, I want to ask you, how quickly can they make those drops and make it back to Mesa Gateway and refueled and come back and essentially relaunch and redrop?
I would say anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. It just takes. It just depends on how long it takes to get back to the airport, reload, and come back. So, this fire is close to the air tanker base, so that's kind of on our side when it comes to, load and return on these VLATs. But we have multiple heavy aircraft working this fire right now. Again, just trying to stop that forward progress, slow the spread of the fire so that these hand crews can get in and start working.
My final question, Tiffany, has to do with just, the images we're seeing. It looks like that fire's still roaring. Obviously, your focus is on those homes right now, the people, the animals, etc. How long do you anticipate you guys will be out? I mean, this is probably an all-night thing, or once those homes are clear, is one of those things where you'll pull back and kind of monitor in a more passive way. How are you thinking about the next couple hours?
We'll probably be here at the rate this fire is moving. It was called in at 100 acres. It's now about 700 acres. That's just typical wind-driven grass and brush. It's just driving that fire. So, we'll be here as long as it takes to get 100% containment on this fire. And, of course, our first priority, protecting the structures and stopping this fire's forward movement.
Well, that is certainly our thoughts right now, as well as we see some homes with flames dangerously close to them. So, Tiffany, we greatly appreciate your time on the phone right now. We may check in with you later in this newscast, or certainly tonight as our crews arrive there on scene. So thank you for your time. Stay safe out there, and we appreciate what you do.
We want to show
Sure,
earlier.
thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. We want to show earlier, Tiffany talked about some of those hand crews out there, and there was some video tweeted out by Scottsdale PD that we were showing you earlier, but it just shows what hard work it is to try to get these fires under control. And there are those crews out there. Keep in mind, this is even earlier, 108-degree weather at that point, as they try to create a fire line that's clearing space out there in real time. Look at one's dragging the hose there through the desert, trying to get this thing under control.